everybody, it's Reckless, and welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. So I don't normally do videos on Sunday because I use Sunday as my R&R day as well as my cleaning day. Yes, I know how to cook, clean, and fold laundry. Can you say, keeper? But all jokes aside, it's Monday and some Destiny 2 news came down the pipeline and I figured I'd share it with you guys. Links to everything will be in the description down below. Let's get into it. Now, a huge shout out to everybody and everyone who helped raise money for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital fight against cancer. And if I'm correct, $1.2 million was raised for the charity, and I will say that that is amazing. Next, IGN's Fireteam chat announced that on July 5th, 2017, they will be doing a tour of one of the new social spaces. And the social space that they will be doing a tour of is The Farm, which is going to be a huge part in Destiny 2. The time to kill, or TTK, has been increased dramatically. Now, Fireteam chat and the EnterpriseDaily.com covered this as well. However, looking deeper into the article titled, quote, Destiny 2, 6 new features you should know before playing the beta, end quote, I noticed that the same article was covered by a good friend of mine named Mesa Sean. Now, Mesa covered this article, but the interesting thing about when he covered it is that his source was Game Rants. The funny part is that both articles are completely identical, word from word, to the pictures that are used. So can you say copyright infringement? Now, Game Rant's article says that the article was written by Weston Albert, and the EnterpriseDaily.com's article was written by the writing staff. And both were published on July 1st. And I will put a link to both articles in the description below. So somebody's gonna get in trouble. But moving on. So a lot of the information we already know, but Fireteam chat as well as both articles notated this. The time to kill, or TTK, in Destiny 2 is longer. According to Bungie, quote, that is the result of a lot of small changes, like the change to the weapon system by placing all one-hit kill weapons like sniper rifles, shotguns, and fusion rifles into the powered weapon slot, end quote. One positive thing about the TTK being increased is that there are going to be a lot more primary gunfights, which is what a lot of people wanted. People just keep getting killed by special weapons, and you know, it's frustrating when nobody's using a primary. Also, when you're in a gunfight and you know that you are about to take it out, you have time to get out of there and get some cover. One negative thing about this is the very opposite. If you are winning a gunfight, then your opponent has time to run. So, it's going to be very important to team shot opponents as much as possible, especially since PvP is now 4v4 in Destiny 2. Coming from a hardcore background in Call of Duty, I don't really like the time to kill to last longer. I don't know, but it feels that Bungie is favoring the core side of PvP and not so much the hardcore. I really don't want to bullet hose my opponents down. It doesn't feel real to me. Yeah, I know. It's a game and it's not meant to feel real. But I'm sure a lot of players understand what I mean. If Destiny 2, and I hope you are listening, Bungie, if Destiny 2 actually had a hardcore mode, meaning no radar, no UI giving information, and a shorter TTK, then I'm sure a lot of people will play Destiny 2 just for that PvP aspect alone. So let's actually move on. Next, we have the motion tracker, aka the radar. It's been changed for Destiny 2. In the original Destiny, the radar searched for enemies within a certain distance, and if nobody was found, it expanded its distance until it found the enemy. In Destiny 2, the radar will have a set radius, and all enemies outside that radius will be, quote, invisible to the radar. However, crouched enemies will show up as a pulsing red section, but less frequent than they did in Destiny 1. Now, another feature to notate is that PvP maps will be designed for specific game modes. For example, the new PvP mode Countdown will have specific maps dedicated to Countdown and Countdown alone. Now, I'm sure there will be some maps that will share the same type of gameplay, and most likely those will have the same maps. Another example I would say is Control and Zone Control. They will most likely have the same maps if Zone Control actually is in Destiny 2. Now, apparently, hipfire will be more accurate. According to Gigs, who is a Twitch streamer, he was able to test the hipfire of scout rifles and found out that the hipfire is much more accurate than it is in the original Destiny. Personally, I would only hipfire with a scout rifle if an enemy is close up, and I probably would most likely ADS or aim down sights at longer distances. That's a given. Almost anybody would do that. Next, my friends, our prayers have been answered. Sprint lock is gone in Destiny 2. Hallelujah! Personally, I love that it is gone because even now I waste my artifact slot on the Memory of Yolder for my Voidwalker Warlock just so I can get around the map faster. And I'm glad that no sprint lock will be an inherent function from now on in Destiny 2. And lastly, you can fly while using the Dawnblade Super, which a lot of people already knew. So apparently the Dawnblade Warlock has an in-air option that allows you to dodge similar to the Twilight Garrison in Destiny that we currently have. Now, this dodge you are allowed to use in the actual super itself, or you can actually use this super outside of the super by actually clicking on the node. By using this, you can stay in the air for the entirety of your super by sending Phoenix Fiery Death from above in conjunction with dodging. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. Now, Destiny Item Manager, or DIM, will be updated to focus on the new system of armor, recovery, and agility, and no longer on intellect, discipline, and strength when Destiny 2 is released. There's no word on if DIM will completely be ditching Destiny 1 to focus on Destiny 2, or if they'll support both of them at the same time. I am currently a new DIM backer, so I'll send them a tweet to find out. Finally, let's talk about the Destiny 2 raid. Now, we know that the first Destiny 2 raid is not, and I repeat, is not going to release when Destiny 2 is released on September 6th. Luke Smith said, quote, "The raid will have a very similar release date as with King's Fall and Wrath of the Machine. The time between the game's launch on September 6th and the date the raid goes live will allow players to be powerful and equipped enough to deal with the challenges contained within the raid." End quote. So, this means that we can expect the raid to go live somewhere between 3 to 7 days of Destiny 2 when it's released. Now, this is pure speculation, given that Destiny 2 will be released on September 6th, which is on a Wednesday. I think that the raid will release Tuesday, September 12th. Most likely, Bungie will keep Tuesday as the reset day, so why not release the raid then? But then again, they could do it earlier or they could do it later. Bungie did say that they would let us know later on this summer sometime. Didn't exactly say when though. I don't know about you guys, but the suspense is killing me. I really want to play this game already. And I'm really anxious for the beta that comes in like 15 days. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. Like the video if you liked it, share it if you felt it was helpful, subscribe and turn on your notifications in order to keep up to date with all of my videos. Feedback in the comments definitely helps the channel to grow. Thank you guys for all of your support. I'm Reckless, and remember, own your success, and I will see you guys next time.